Hello everybody, and welcome back to Hysteria Gaming HD. It's Tommy here, and I am bringing you my 500 subscriber Q&A as promised. Although we're actually closer to 700 and something subscribers now, but this is when I said I would release the video, so this is when it's coming out. Obviously also this will be the announcement video for the people who entered via YouTube for my Steam giveaway, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone who entered. Had a great response to the video. A lot more people entered via YouTube, so obviously the odds are smaller if you only entered via YouTube. But obviously there are other ways that can be winning prizes, and obviously the giveaways in the future. So stay peeled to the video. Hope you enjoy it, guys. I've got some Assassin's Creed 4 gameplay in the background here, some pirate hunting, and I hope you enjoy that. It's a great game, and yeah, let's crack on and get into the Q&A. Right, well, kicking off the questions, we have one from Play for Fun PC Games, who asks, how far do you hope to get with YouTube? Now, it's an interesting question, and I guess the short answer is nowhere. YouTube's a very difficult platform to break, and it's not something I strive to do, as I'm sure you can tell by my upload schedule. Whilst it would be very nice to have more subscribers, as the social interaction of YouTube is kind of like the fun part of it, I don't have any high expectations to get anywhere, but I suppose I would hope to grow my channel in 2014. Next up, we have a question from Blue Beach Sand, who asks, what is your all-time favourite game story? Now, that's a very interesting question, as I've been playing games for a couple of decades now, and there have been so many amazing ones, but I would say if I had to put a favourite out there, it would probably be the PS3 game Heavy Rain. And that is merely because the story in that is so in-depth, and it's kind of controlled by how you behave in the game and stuff, and so the story changes, and it truly was a unique experience and something that I really hope to find again sometime. Raindrop07 asks, have you been more invested in indie games or bigger company games, and why? In short, I would say that I'm definitely one who goes a bit shamelessly for bigger games, mainly because I suppose I fall foul of advertising and stuff that the smaller indie companies don't have budgets for. But also, indie games tend to be something that specializes on in-depth forums on Steam and stuff, and you have to kind of know there's a lot of crap out there, essentially. So I tend to, because I guess I came from console to PC and still play on console, I don't see as much of the indie games, and so I guess I'm guilty of playing the bigger AAA titles like Assassin's Creed and Battlefield and all those sort of things. Kahin NG asks, what type of game do you think will be the most popular in 2014, for example adventure? Now, whilst I'd love adventure games like Uncharted to kind of rise to the top, I know they do very well, but I'm someone who really enjoys adventure games, like Broken Sword and all those sort of things. I'd love to see them do better, but to be honest with you, I just don't foresee in the current gaming market anything overtaking the FPS genre. It's something I'm guilty of myself, and I'm sure it'll be around at the top of the market for a long time to come. I think even in the state of shooters like Battlefield and stuff, they're consistently going to do better than other genres. Cho677 asks, what were your favourite moments of 2013? Now, in interest of keeping the video as short as possibly can, I'll just pick the one that comes straight to mind, and that is vacation in France last year. My mum moved there about 4 years ago with my sister, and so it's always great to catch up with family and stuff and spend some time in the nice French southern sun, as opposed to the wet and dreary weather we're kind of used to nowadays in the UK. So yeah, that was probably my favourite moment last year. Incoming terrible award for bad Spanish pronunciation. We have a question from Carlos Cedeno or something, who asks, what is the game you expect with more desire in 2014 and why? Well, most people will probably insert Titanfall here. I actually have fairly low expectations for that game based on what I've seen. The game I have high expectations for and really anticipating is called The Division. I'm sure many of you have heard of it, and it's something I hope to feature on the channel. Even though I haven't been a massive fan of the previous Rainbow Six games and stuff from Tom Clancy, this game kind of feels different. I'm very much liking what I see, and so I'm definitely keeping my ears peeled on all sort of articles and stuff I can read on that game. Up next for the Impossible to Pronounce award, we have Yezaoi. apologies, who asks, what are the best, worst game of 2013 in your opinion? So for best, I would say that's split between two. It would either be Assassin's Creed 4, which was released right at the tail end of last year, but it's by far my favourite Assassin's Creed. If you're into the franchise, it's well worth checking out. If you enjoy the naval missions from Assassin's Creed 3, then you should definitely have a go. GTA 5 would be the second one. The single player, I just really enjoyed it from start to finish. Pretty much didn't get bored in any places. Quite an in-depth single player, and the multiplayer, despite being full of boosters, is tons of fun if you're playing with mates, so definitely worth checking out. In terms of worst game, I don't play a huge amount of games because I tend to go quite in-depth with the games that I buy, including multiplayer and stuff, but I guess what I'll do is I'll pick a mini game from Assassin's Creed 4 and also Assassin's Creed 3 called 9 Man Morris, which is basically one of the board games you have to compete in, and my god, whoever invented that needs shooting. It is the most boring thing I've ever played in my life. And also when you're playing the expert difficulty, my god, it took me about 4 hours to defeat him, just one round. I think I lost about 30,000 reals. It's dreadful, honestly. So Psych Gamer says, what is your New Year's resolution? Now, whilst I didn't actually create a New Year's resolution this year or last year, 2 years ago, I made the resolution to quit smoking, and in my mind, that is a lifelong, as a 20-a-day smoker for 15 years, that is a lifelong resolution, and so it's something that I renew each year, and I try and buy myself something to remind me of the money I saved. This year I bought a GTX 780, and yeah, that will be a resolution that will be renewed each year, so I guess it's kind of a recurring one, but that's pretty much all I made. The next question is pretty similar, so I'm going to band two together, from Lord Cathan and Mr. Coolhand77, who asked, do you have any pets, and if so, what is its name? Now, many years ago we had an adopted shelter cat, and that cat, when it was very young, ran away and came back pregnant, and that resulted in 3 kittens, which we kept, one of which went to France with my mum, and I kept 2 of them. Now, their real names are Leo and Pansy. I didn't give them that, my younger sister did, but I kind of have nicknames for them. And yeah, I think that probably answers Mr. Coolhand's question, which is, what do you like more, cats or dogs? I'm definitely a cat person. I find dogs are a much too big a responsibility to take on. It's kind of like having a child. Every time you want to go out or on holiday or whatever, you have to sort cover. And so I'm definitely a cat person, and don't believe what people say, because they're just as loyal. Right, next up we have a question from the Willy666, and I have no idea if he's related to the devil's genitalia, but he asks, if you could make your own game, what genre would it be, and in what kind of storyline would you have it in? Now, it's a really good question. I am someone who's been brought up loving Western movies, and I also love Western games like Red Dead Redemption, Gun, and various classics like that. I would love a kind of hybrid of Assassin's Creed and Red Dead Redemption, something like that, with a decent sort of storyline thrown in there. It would be kind of an adventure-y, open world game like that. Who is your favourite singer? Asked Robert De Biro. You talking to me? Sorry. I kind of get this, I'm a big fan of music, and all genres of music. I pretty much like all of them. But singer kind of makes me think solo artists, and for females it would be someone like Adele or Emily Sandé. Males, if I had to pick one, probably be something old school, a bit of Johnny Cash maybe, just kind of music I really enjoy listening to, a bit of the old classics. But yeah, they're probably my favourite solo artist singers. Right then, I'm going to pause the Q&A for now, because we're running just under 10 minutes here, and I don't want to be going on much longer than that. So I figured what I'll do is I'll split this video into 2 and do the Twitter giveaway in the next part, which will be up at the same time, hopefully. And for now, I'm going to pick the people who entered the Steam giveaway via YouTube. So good luck to everyone who entered. I think we had just over 100 entries, so the odds aren't fantastic, but they could be a lot worse. Best of luck to everyone. Thanks for all your entries and all your great questions. I was going to use random.org to pick the names out, but I had some people tell me that it just kind of skims names from the last entrance, so that doesn't seem particularly fair. So I went a bit old school, printed out all the names, cut them up, and just put them in a big hat for my glamorous assistant to pick out for you guys. So best of luck to all who entered, and you know, if you don't win, then I feel your pain. I never win the shit either, so just good luck. Anyway, as we give the hat of justice here a nice big shuffle, we'll go and pick out the first name, and I apologise for the lack of focus on my camera. It is a 1080p camera, but apparently it can't focus in low light situations. Anyway, drum roll please. Our first name out of the hat is Mosner Cosner, who, looking at his comment, has chosen Tomb Raider 2013 as his tier 1 game, and as he was picked first, he is the winner of tier 1. So congratulations, mate. You can of course change your mind, you can have any game you want out of the selection, so I'll get in contact with you and hopefully we can sort that out for you. Congratulations. Next up we have, with attention, now this is either Mitchell or Michelle B04, and your comment seems to just say Borderlands 2, which isn't the most helpful. As you've been picked second, you're the winner of tier 2, which means you can only pick from tier 2 or 3, so when I get in contact you're going to have to pick a game from those tiers, and congratulations. And last but not least, we have hold Alt and press F4. Please don't. I see what you did there, but probably not the best idea, otherwise you're not going to be able to claim your prize, are you? It seems you have asked for Fallout New Vegas, which was a very popular, surprisingly popular actually, choice for tier 3. So congratulations, mate, and I shall get in contact, and as I will with all the winners, and let you know how you can claim your prize. Congratulations. Commiserations to you, those of you who didn't win. I know how frustrating it is, and so just stay peeled to the channel, and I promise there will be another giveaway soon enough. I'm thinking that will probably be for 1,000 subscribers, so it shouldn't be in the too distant future. I'm going to crack on now and complete the second half of this video, which is for the rest of the Q&A, and also to pick the winners of the people who entered via Twitter. I think the odds were a lot better on that. I think there's only about 30-40 entries, so slightly better odds for those of you interested. But it would be nice to see all of you in the next video. Obviously there might be a few disappointed winners who didn't enter via Twitter, and I can understand that, that's fine. But yeah, if you wanted to hear your question read out or whatever, and of course I still need to announce my favourite question, so hopefully I'll see you in part 2. Take it easy, guys.